don't see them as objects, a bunch of body parts walking down the road. You see them as people with feelings, and you know that they have to be treated with respect in order to maintain that relationship that you have with them. So, don't be weak, do it weak. Don't be weak, do it weak.
I got nothing for 'em, I've been watching porn. Hate to inform, it's a desert storm. Yeah.
Welcome to New Rules of Play. NROP is the place to be today. I'm staying alive on day 5, literally, like done a thing, and I'm a happy man. But I'm not as happy as I feel I should be because there's something bugging me. The subject for today is never revisit online porn. It's as simple as that. It's nothing special, nothing wonderful, but it's everything that this is about. It's about not going back, about not turning back, and the reasons why. Now, a lot of these NoFap channels, you'll see that people are talking about their reasons for the NoFap and why they're doing it, and majority of the time it's not based on an external thing. It's all internal. It's all for themselves. It's extremely selfish, to be fair, which is alright to a degree, but it's about being able to attract more women. It's about being more attractive overall, because having more energy and more vitality and, you know, just more strength overall, better focus, less headaches, even things like that. And those reasons are good, man. Those benefits are true, and those things do happen, but sometimes you've got to look at not just what's happening internally, but the external factors, the things that, who else are you affecting? What else is it affecting? It's affecting relationships. It's affecting the way you look at people, the way you look at women in particular, but also the way you look at men and the way men are apparently supposed to be. It affects us in that way. It affects us in our sexual relationship. You know, we bring things, say if we're married, we bring things into the marital bed from outside that we weren't designed to do. You know, we look at things and are stimulated and turned on by things that never naturally should have turned us on. So I think back a while back now, and I was like young, I was like 14 or something, and I used to masturbate to like my imagination. I used to go to an all-boys school, and which made me 10 times worse because I thought about the teachers and stuff, and just these crazy scenarios where, you know, just these crazy things would happen, and obviously, you know, quite far from reality, but it was my own imagination. And we already know that self-abuse, masturbation, for those who don't know, self-abuse is something that is obviously going to be harmful and be bad for us, but there's something a little bit more natural about using our imagination. And then I found porn, and then my desires were taken from something that was my own to being introduced to things that weren't my own. Sorry, there's something just flying by my head, but something that was pushed and forced upon me, things that I didn't actually seek out myself. They just came to me through various websites and whatnot, and then eventually I ended up liking things that I never would have liked before. You know, I found things attractive that naturally before it wouldn't even appeal to me. I wouldn't even have thought anything about it, and it's really spoiled everything for me. It's spoiled the way I look at human beings. So you got to really think, why are you doing this? Why are you putting all your eggs in one basket and thinking, I am doing this purely for these benefits? Why are you not giving yourself more of an incentive, rewarding yourself in better ways, and strengthening your beliefs on the topic? You know, a lot of people are religious, a lot of people aren't, and, you know, a religious person would see that pornography is a bad thing, and it kind of gives them extra incentive and extra reason why they need to get rid of it. But for someone who's not religious, they might not believe in God. Fair enough. If you don't believe in God, then believe in something. You've got to understand that this energy, this pornography, is an evil thing. It's not something that's all fun and some big fantasy where everyone's happy and everyone who's involved is having such a great time. You've really got to challenge your ideas about this topic. You got to think about why am I doing this? Why do I not want to be involved? Is it the simple fact of selfish reasoning where you just want to benefit yourself, or is it looking at the whole subject and thinking, this is disgusting, I don't want to be a part of it, this is my enemy, this is an enemy of the world, this is an enemy of the human race. It's something that is destroying everybody. The whole population it's absolutely destroying society. If you look at science, you'll realize it destroys men. This destroys men. It destroys us. It destroys our view of women. It destroys families. It rips families apart. I know people who have been into like pornography, who have lost their wife, lost their family. I've had personal people who are close to me who have split up over this subject. It's literally ripped families apart. It's put ideas of abuse into people's minds. It's even someone like Ted Bundy, who is a serial killer. He actually said when he was on death row, he was interviewed and he said, this is the reason. Obviously, you can't just say it's all porn's fault. He killed all those people and hurt people, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, I'm not saying that but he said, it's my fault, but this is what drove me to do it. If I never had these things, if I've never watched these things, I never would have sought out these more extreme versions of things, and I never would have done these things. And he put it all down to that. And for the majority of people who watch porn, they're not going to go out and rape women or kill people and things like that. They're going to watch porn, fap a little bit, and then go back to being them, living their normal life. But the thing is, we can't contain it, we can't keep it in a box, because pornography bleeds into every area of the life. It bleeds into every area. And when we hurt people, I believe that we should treat people the way we would like to be treated. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That's what I believe in. And I think the general population believes that's right. It's the correct way to be. And because we don't know these people personally, and we're watching these women on a screen, we don't think twice. We don't think that's somebody's mother, that's somebody's daughter. We don't think about those things. But when you start thinking, is this right? Question it. Is this the way women should be? Is this the way we should be exploiting them on screen? I mean, I don't want to come across like I'm preachy and I judge everybody that does these things, because at the end of the day, I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for the fact that there's so many women out there being human trafficked and exploited. I think you need to do your research. I think you need to understand that there's women out there who, start early into porn and then they decide to have babies when they're older or whatever. And then these babies grow up and, the woman can't get this porn gone off the screen. She, it's still there. It's there forever, but it's on the internet for everyone to see. It's gone to so many places, and it's like someone's mom. You gotta kind of imagine if that was my mom or my daughter. It's a painful thing, man. But we don't see the pain. And I heard once, imagine if like pornography was live in front of your face, right? And when you watch TV, you could actually smell what you're watching. You could smell the violence, or you could smell the blood, or whatever it may be you're watching on screen. For instance, if you're watching pornography, you're watching some orgy or some gangbang or something. Imagine if you could smell that. Would you still have the same pleasure? Would you still feel the same way about what you were doing? Me personally, I don't believe I would, because I believe it would smell disgusting. Because it always smell dick and ass and pussy and just it's just stench, bro. You get what I'm saying? It's unclean. It's an impure thing. And you got to really start to consider what that means. You know what I'm saying? Hold up.
Don't be weak. Do it weak.
of demand. A lot of people are following me right now, so it's one of them. But you know, I hope you lot made sense of what I was trying to say. And you know, I could go into a lot more detail about it, but I just don't feel ready yet. I don't want to talk about it too much in case I tempt somebody or something, you know what I mean, if I go into, you know, visuals and detail. But so ask yourself this question, man. You're born a man, right? You were not meant to watch men on screen. You weren't meant to see 50,000 big dicks all around one girl's face. You weren't meant to see that. You know, once you see that, and it starts poisoning your mind, man, and you can't understand what is it doing to your mind. Why is this pornography, this evil thing, this, you know, this $1 billion or £1 billion industry, what is it doing to you? How is this upscale £1 billion industry interacting with you? How are they always winning by getting all this money and whatnot? How is this affecting you? How are you feeding the beast? Do you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you're feeding them to keep doing this. You're giving them the power by doing it. You're not just giving them power, you're giving them your power. You know, you're giving them your seed. And like, okay, I would like to be happy. I would like to be happy and upbeat about what I'm doing right now. But you know what? I'm just starting to think seriously about it. Like, why would I want to be involved in this world, in the world of porn? Why would I want to be a part of that? If you look at documentaries of former porn actresses, people who left the business, women who, you know, were forced to have abortion after abortion, women who were gang raped repeatedly, like women who were underage when they came to the porn industry. A lot of these women also have been abused when they were younger. Men too, they've been abused as children, and then they grew up and became people that do these things on screen for your entertainment, for my entertainment. And it's like, you really have to start questioning yourself. Do you have a conscience? Do you actually have a belief and a conscience? Do you actually know what's right and what's wrong anymore? Because porn has completely twisted your whole idea of everything. And I will prove it to you, man. I will keep doing this, and I will show you that there's many different bad things I can say about pornography. There's not just porn's bad, man. Like, women around camp, like, there's so many things. And I really want you to start thinking about it, but objectively. Don't start watching porn and doing study, because that won't make any sense whatsoever. We all know that porn looks good. We all know, and we all realize that it you know, sometimes we just fantasize about things that wouldn't really happen to us necessarily, but they are happening to somebody. They're happening to other people, and you're just watching it. But these people are people, man, and the way you treat people, right, will determine on how you deserve to be treated. I don't believe in karma, because, you know, bad things happen to good people and good things happen to bad people. So how does karma make any sense? But, you know, the difference is, when you do bad to others, you deserve bad to be done to you. Do you know what I'm saying? And you carry that, you carry burden, and you carry a curse with you. I don't mean to be superstitious or anything. It's just what I believe. It's just the way I see things, that, you know, you have to have more reason to do this than, I want hot women to be attracted to me. I want energy and vitality. You need more than that. You need, and I'm telling you, to get to day 5, right? It's been quite easy for me this time around, but generally, every time I've done this before, it's been really hard to do. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. You need to find good, concrete reasons why you're doing this, and really question yourself. And that's what I want you to do. So apologies if this video isn't as entertaining as some might want. You know what I'm saying? Or it's not funny or anything like that, or it's not cheered you up. But think about it, man. Constructively, critically, think about it objectively also. If you know, look at it from the outside as a third person, I think you're getting thrills off of watching people's pain. It's not pleasure, man. You do any investigating into the subject, you will realize it's not a pleasurable experience for any of the actors. It's not. And it leads to badness, and bad things happen to these people, and their lives are messed up. You think, oh, that's fun, having all this sex with so many different women. It's great for the men too, isn't it? Because, but you know what? Look into it, man. See the pain that pornography has brought to the table. You know, I can't force you to do it. You can, you know, bring a horse to water, but you can't force them to drink. So I can't force you to believe in what's right and what's wrong. But I believe if every person has something inside of them, a conscience, they have a conscience, and if you look deep enough inside yourself, you'll realize that this thing that you're doing is wrong. It's not a good thing. Whilst you're doing it, during that them few minutes of pleasure, or hours, or however long you're surfing, I don't know, excuse me, then it's pleasurable. Then it's that little bit of dopamine that you get that gives you a rush to feel like this is a good thing. It's not a good thing, because afterwards, when you release that, you don't feel like you've done a good thing. You don't feel like you've achieved something. You don't feel like you've made someone happy. You don't feel that way, and you've got to try to understand why you don't feel that way. Not everything is as it seems, right? And I guarantee you, this will take you further than you want to go. It will keep you longer than you want to stay, and it will cost you more than you want to pay, right? You got to think of it as the thin end of the wedge. You start off with something softcore, you know, just a woman on the screen. 10 years later, what are you watching now? What is the worst thing you have watched? Do you not feel any guilt about that? Do you not think there's something wrong with that? You as a person, I'm telling you, half of these things, you won't even share these darkest secrets with majority of people, and that's why nobody really talks about this subject anymore. That's why, because you get to a level of such filth, a point of no return. You got to think about these things properly, not just think, oh, today is NoFap, I'd boost, there's a few women looking at me, and who's doing this on this channel, man? There's a few people, if you look online, there's people who tell you about this. So have a look and search on YouTube and really start thinking about these subjects critically instead of some game. This is not a game. This is like a career move. This is like a choice, like you know, choosing where to go to university. This is a big thing in life, man. This is not a small thing, and you need to realize that and take it seriously and look at it on all levels: mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you know, psychologically. All these different ways we need to look at it, all sides of it. You can't just look at it as in a narrow-minded way. You got to understand this is a big thing, and it's involved in so many people's lives. Say at least 50% of the whole population are involved in this. But they haven't been brought together for a good reason. It's something bad, you know, and I hope you all get that it's bad, and I hope you'll decide to do something about it and change. At least if you can't change everyone else, at least you can do something by not being a part of that. And see me, I'm looking at it like that. I don't want to be a part of that anymore. I don't want to be that person anymore. I don't want to get high off other people's misfortunes. I don't want to get happy and get my little burst and my little dopamine hit off filth like this, and people who eventually will lose their life and ruin their life over this stuff. You know, I don't want to be that guy. You might want to be that guy, but I don't. So theme for today, once again, never revisit online porn. Tomorrow I'll try and get it a little bit more upbeat, but it depends on how I feel. The point is though, I made it to day 5. Where you at? Do you know what I'm saying? So don't beat that, man. No surrender. Real talk, yeah. New rules of play. Signing out. See you again.